Hey, this is Ciera. This is my podcast, Ciera Talks, where I talk about the things that I'm interested in. This is a very special episode that has taken so much because I ran into so many technical difficulties. I'll be talking to my very good friend, my very dear mutual, Indi. We actually met on Discord, funny enough. Like, not even Tumblr. I think we were mutuals on Tumblr. And then we both ended up in the same Discord server. But yeah, so please be nice to my friend Indi. She's so sweet. She's so smart. And so silly and funny. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and enjoy. Okay, Indi, we finally made it. It took us 18 years. Yay!
Yay!
Okay, so since our other episode didn't work, real quick, I'm going to ask you. Okay, I don't want to ask you again. How'd you start watching the show? But that's supposed to be like in every episode. So how'd you start watching the show?
Um, if I could find the exact tweet, I I would run it off exactly what it is. But it was one of these people I follow on Twitter. They posted the girl. What kind of interview is this? Tweet. It was Louis in Lestat, episode 1. Um, the nightcap after Lestat put Lily to sleep. And they started doing their own little thing. I was like,
Mm.
oh, sign me up. Oh, what kind of
What kind of
interview is
interview is
this?
this?
And then I was like, black man, Jacob Anderson, definitely sign me up for this. I need it. I want it right now. And that Sunday, because I saw it on Friday, I watched the episode on Sunday. Well, the first two, because it was on AMC Plus, so I could see 2 of the episodes. Fell in love. Yeah. It's a great show. Fantastic show. Y'all should watch. Yeah.
It's so good. My thing is, okay, I was on Tumblr and I cannot for the life of me remember who it was because of course I didn't follow like any fan pages. This is before I even watched the show. Somebody had reblogged. Shout out to whoever reblogged that. A clip of the scene with Louis and Grace, my favorite people ever, and her being like, I heard you was catting around with some white man. And I said, not catting around. And he ain't white, he French. Like, th-
See,
that
why he
drew
from
me
that's the
in.
old
I
girl.
said, oh, first of all, give me black people in costumes. Give me black people being black and like, not cartoonish and not just unrecognizable. I'm like, oh, y'all are black.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And then, but the thing is, I
Mm-hmm.
saw that. And then a while later, I saw the ad for Interview with the Vampire. And I was like, oh, Grey Worm. And I was like, oh, I have to watch this because he's going to be a vampire. I was like,
Right.
a black vampire? Because in the clip, I was just like, oh, it's a black family. I don't know what this has to do with vampires, but whatever. And then I saw the clip and was like, oh, the vampire is black? Oh, I'm watching
Right.
this. I'm watching this.
We love black people in fantasy.
Child.
Yes,
Oh my.
indeed.
Okay, I'm skipping ahead. We're we're episode 2 because when I tell you, Indi,
What do you want to talk about in
the
episode
the
episode 9? Let's
episode
do that.
9, when I tell you they were like black and brown vampire couple season and then got to the theater and got to see the cast like the coven, I said, oh, it's more of us. And it's
Yeah.
more people of color. It's even more.
Yeah.
Because I follow, he's Laotian. I follow I can't remember his character's name, but he's
AP.
Yeah, I follow him on Instagram. So he was
Uh-huh.
like, "Oh, my
Yeah.
episode's coming up," and I was like, "Oh, I'm so excited to see you." And then I was like, first of all,
I've been waiting for a KP too. I'm like, where KP at? Like,
then within
where
the
he
episode,
at?
I said, first of all, your daddy fine. I said, I don't know who this
Right.
is. like,
Right.
like that video of Beyonce and Aaliyah and whatever awards it. Beyonce just because we fine. I saw him was like, who is he? I need him to be a major
And it's funny
character.
because I saw in one of the trailers he was, like looking through the little window or whatever.
Hmm.
I couldn't tell he looked that good. I said, "Oh,
He's fine,
hold
fine.
on."
I'm like, and you're a side character. You're in the coven.
Right.
You're not. I'm like, you need to be the lead. I need this to be
But
your
it's
jumping
funny
off
because
point.
then you have to look at the lead cast. Like they don't play.
It's crazy.
Like,
They said
oh,
bad bitches only.
only.
Like everybody just so. Also, there was a vampire. He's in the band. I said, not a fat black vampire. Sign me up. Let me go take a few
Oh my
acting
God.
lessons.
Oh, bro. I was like, no, this is me. No, this is for me. They did this for me.
Like I'm kidding, but I'm
I
also serious.
need to be
Like
here.
representation matters. I was like a fat black vampire. What? Like,
It's so,
and
I
apparently
love
he
it.
plays the drums. I was like, okay, cute. We love it. We love a drummer.
This sounds the best.
Like it really. Okay, episode. This is 9, right?
Yes.
Yeah, episode 9. Episode 8 was amazing. Episode 8 was amazing, amazing,
Right.
amazing. And I think I'm gonna talk to Goat about that, Goat or Meezy. But episode 9, I was like, oh, this is my favorite episode of the series. From the
Yeah.
opening with
The
Armand and
opening with
Louis.
the jazz.
Oh,
No, no, the jazz. Oh, I knew from then on. I was like, yeah, they ate that. They're gonna eat. I'm here for it.
everything
Okay,
about it
go
was
ahead.
just
I'm
like,
sorry.
no, you're good, dude. Everything about it was just Louis and Armand bantering. I said, oh my God, they go together so
So
bad.
cute,
I said, y'all go
so
together
bad. Oh
so
my
bad.
god, two old gays, girl. Two old gays
Just
on the
being
couch.
cute. I'm like, oh my God, this is the best. Cause like season 1, episode 4 was my favorite, just because like Claudia
Mm,
and the few little moments of joy we got from that. But with this, it was like Claudia found her people and Louis and Armand are good together. And then you have to remember that those two things don't go together. Like those
right.
two things don't match up. Like they match up, but it's like, no.
That's that. Oh no. Uh. Okay.
Like, okay, so what was like your favorite part? If there was a favorite part of episode 9 for you, what was your favorite part?
Hmm. There was so many good moments. Um,
There were.
I think I'm gonna say that one. Do I want to say that? Okay. I think I'll say Louis and Armand talking about their first meeting.
I agree.
That the way the touches, the way they were looking at each other in both present day and back then. Oh God, I can't do it. Oh, I can't.
Just
It was too good.
are you two gonna fit? Are you two gonna keep finishing each other's sentences? And I'm like, yeah. We've been together 77
Yes.
years, Daniel. I said, right. Healthy relationship, even though.
Even I don't know. I don't know about that.
It's something. I ain't gonna call it healthy, but it's something. Like they were just so sweet and so cute, and you can really see, oh, Armand loves you so much. Like he's so
He
madly in
is.
love.
Yeah, that's his baby.
I love the I love the boys. I think my favorite part, honestly, and I think it's because I'm just such a Claudia girl. The thing is, I'm a sister girl because I love Grace down to this
Yeah.
day. Like I said, bring her back. Hashtag bring back Grace. Claudia,
No, when they had her picture in episode 8,
I was
oh,
so deeply upset. I was so
oh,
upset at 9 o'clock in the morning watching it on AMC Plus because they showed her picture and then played her song, like the sibling theme. I was like, oh
yeah.
God, Grace. Cause like in
Oh
season
my
one, when
God.
Claudia was finally gonna leave and get on the train and go off to live her life, and her and Louis were saying their goodbyes, and they played the sibling theme there, I was like, "Oh God, this is gonna kill me. This is it. This is gonna do me in." Claudia, when they were going on the hunt with the coven, and Louis snapped that picture of her just being so overjoyed and just so like
Mhm.
she
I
she
screenshotted that
found her
immediately.
people. She was just so happy. And like she loves Louis. She loves that man. She loves her brother. And in some ways he's definitely still her father. She loves him. But she's also like, I want people of my own. Like they don't know what we had with Lestat. They don't know who I was before I was turned. They don't know anything about me. And I want to make my own relationships. And it's like, Claudia.
Even when she found Madeline, I was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna get her her own people, do her own things, like the adult that she
Grown
is.
woman.
Right. Legally gone by his business, what he do. She does what she does. Like
It just made me very happy to see Claudia experiencing joy without, because like in season one she was like, my parents were fighting, mom and dad are fighting, but I could do things to make them happy. And with this, she's really just like happy with nothing
hmm
underneath it. She's not trying to make Louis happy anymore. Like I think she's, because I know she says she didn't want his feelings attached to hers or dependent upon hers. And it's like y'all are getting to a point where I wish I didn't know how this was going to end. Like, no, I don't, because I'm very glad. Like, nothing's going to catch me off guard. But it's like, ugh, ignorance. I wish I had that ignorance to be like, oh yeah, they're gonna like walk off into the moon rise together.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
And it sucks. It does suck because nothing to me, and I know people are gonna be like, oh, but it's gothic, bro. I don't care. Nothing is that serious for y'all to try and take her out. She got tried to take. Uh, uh, Lestat tried it. I don't know what Armand is gonna do, but I'm almost positive the coven is involved.
And I
They tried to take her out, and it's like, dude, come on, what are we doing? It's not that serious. Is it that
like these
serious?
rules
Seriously?
that y'all made up. I believe I can't remember. I haven't read Queen of the Damned in
Like,
not years. What I haven't read it since last year, so I can't remember. But it's like, didn't y'all? Who made up the rule about the like child vampires? I'm gonna have to look that up. But like, I'm gonna ask Goat because I know he
I
know.
don't
I
know.
know Goat know.
I think someone said it before. I can't remember.
But like to be,
She's a teen. Armand was a teen.
Louis said he looked like a boy masquerading as a gentleman, and it's
A
like because he
boy.
literally
I,
he wasn't like. Well, how old was he in that book, child? Like 16.
I don't think he was. Yeah, in the
He
book, yeah,
like
I think he was like
20
16,
something.
17,
Like
something
I'm
like
sure
that.
when he gets turned, he like he
Yeah,
can
he like
drink in the
20 something.
US. Like he is good and not grown. Like I'm sure his I don't the thing is the way Armand is portrayed, that frontal lobe did not fully form. You can't tell me. The way he acts, it's like sure
Yeah,
he's
it
super
wasn't.
duper smart because he's like 1,000 years old. But also it's like some things give like teen level obsession. Like you don't, even for like an undead person, you don't handle things well. Like you don't like people in like a mature way.
It's like it's like a how can I describe it?
Mm, nah. Yeah, it's like you didn't. I mean, you clearly didn't get to experience much life before you were taken and then groomed and then turned. Lord Jesus, ooh that lady, ooh that lady, ooh that lady, that lady, that lady. Wait, that lady, that lady. Okay, wait. I have to ask you another one of the questions that I have to ask everyone. Okay, if you could be a vampire, would you, and why or why not would you make this choice?
I might say yes if I'm not the only person in my circle to be one. Right? That's one. Now, if not, no. One, I don't want to watch everyone die.
Mm, bruh.
Two, and by everybody I mean like friends, family, and all that.
Yeah.
Two, it's like I don't know if I want to be here when the world changes again. Because you know how we had like prehistoric, like dinosaurs and all of that. Humans weren't there. We weren't meant to be there. Okay. And then it started changing. I don't know if I want to be here for those changes.
I I never thought about that. Whenever I think of vampirism, the thing is I don't think about it that often, but I have. Whenever I think about vampirism, it's like, do I want to only live at night? Would I be able to drink blood? I never even thought about like the world around me outside of what's going to be my vampire scheme to make money. Like, am I going to be like an art thief or like a treasure girl, a treasure girl? Like, what am I going to do to make so much money that I no longer have to
Yeah, you
work?
have to think about that too.
But that also shows where my mind is, that I can't even escape in my escapism. I'm thinking about bills. I'm thinking about bills,
Yeah,
and we talking about being vampires. But like,
if the world is changing, how we know the same things are going to be available for you to, you know,
because the world has
try and
changed.
dip your toe in.
Cause how old are you?
23.
Okay, I'm 32. Jesus Christ.
Right.
So in the time that we have both been alive, so much has changed. Like when I was, like we saw a lot of, like 9 years isn't that big of a difference. Like you're older than my nephew.
Mhm.
When we were kids, like we still had like corded phones in the house.
Yep.
Like that was still very much a thing. There were still pay
Yes.
phones. Like there were still payphone. Well, did you see a payphone? But there were still payphones and
I had
stuff
a
when I
house
was a
phone and
kid.
everything. Yeah.
Like, and stuff has changed so much in just 30 years. But yeah, being a vampire
It's
is
crazy.
like, what am I gonna do in 100 years? Like, we still don't have flying cars. If we don't have flying cars, I'm walking into the sun. Because why? What are we here for? Okay. We're still on episode 9. I forgot because I got sidetracked talking about being a vampire. But okay, so you would be a vampire
Yeah.
if you could, like if people around you were vampires. I like that. I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I think
I'm
it'd be
gonna have
lit.
my answer at the end of this season. I think that is when I have to hear everyone's reasons
Mhm.
for being a vampire or not being a vampire to see, do I, can I do this? I'm saying it like it's gonna happen. Can I do this?
The thing is, it's so, in my opinion, it's so intense. Like everything is big and drawn out and dramatic. Girl, be calm, please. What? Why?
No, for real. Like, am I still gonna get overstimulated? Like, cause
Oh, I know
I
I
got that
will.
stuff and I don't need to be like, Oh,
Right.
you can see and hear everything even better. Ah, I don't want that.
And I have to actively block you from my mind so you ain't trying. No,
Like,
mm-mm.
remember when
I'm
Louis
gonna be like Louis, mine loose as a goose.
Louis as a goose is crazy. Remember when Louis first got turned and like he could hear the street lights buzzing? I can already hear that.
Yes.
I don't
Oh my,
need that to
ill,
be
ill, ill.
amplified.
That's making ill. Oh my God,
Could
ill.
you
No,
imagine it,
I already have
like
sensory issues.
hearing electricity even more than you already do? What? That's
It's like,
insane.
and my sensory issues is like people chewing.
Oh, friend.
Oh my
Oh,
God, no, I can't do it.
oh yeah, baby, that ain't
Oh
gonna
my God,
work.
no.
That's not gonna work. Or even like
I
learning
can't.
how to use the mind gift and like reading people's minds. Like, what if my mind starts wandering and I just start hearing people? I'm gonna start blowing people up. Like, I'm gonna start murdering
Oh my
everybody.
God.
Like, oh my, are there vampires with sensory issues? Are there neurodivergent vampires? Are there neurodivergent vampires? Are you schizophrenic, Louis? Like,
Schizophrenic.
are you schizophrenic, Louis? And it's like, well,
Yeah.
are you? The
Maybe.
fuck? Like, cause you know when you get turned, it's like, oh, you become beautiful and all of your flaws go away and da 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 da. And it's like, well, I have ADHD. Is it gonna like balance the things that it needs to balance so I can like, I don't know, clean my room without like without having to like set alarms to remind myself, or like, is it gonna improve my object permanence? Like I can put something down and remember where it is. Because if not, I don't I don't want it. Imagine forgetting where you put your bodies.
No, but like really, imagine forgetting where you hid your bodies. Imagine not liking, subscribing, and sharing. So many crazy things can happen in this world. Like, wow, can't even believe it. It's a little, we have to take a little break, but we're back. Okay.
Cause
Mm.
we girl, it was things and stuff. Okay, wait, you said you had something to ask me. What you gotta ask me?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you because there's no way we talk about episode 9 and we don't talk about the theater. How did you feel about? I got my entire life watching
Indy.
watching Santiago up there do his little thing. Like I
Indy.
was living for it.
I am so glad you
I ate
asked
it
me
up.
that. This thing, between technical difficulties and me being very tired this week, I did not make any new questions for this interview. I didn't make any new questions to ask you. I was just like, we gonna get on here and talk. Period. Oh my God. I remember saying, so you know, I've seen the movie or whatever. Have you've seen the movie, haven't you? Or have you seen the movie? Okay. So you remember they did that in the theater and it was this big production and it was like all these high society people. Something
Yeah,
about
like you said, like a teen
the
obsessive. Even though I don't
small
think he was a
kind of
teen,
rinky dink
but
setting made it
it's
so much
young. You can
scarier.
tell
Like,
it's
and
coming
I
from a
said
young
that about
person.
episode 8. Something about episode 8, I'll talk to other people about this.
Right,
It was deeply, and can't nobody tell me nothing. It was
right.
very The Walking Dead coded. Just them
That
being in the
old
woods
girl.
and like getting jumped and having a fight. I was like,
That
what's happening? But
lady.
this, mm, just that hopelessness, man. Just okay, the theater. Okay, but real quick, Claudia's face when that lady did what she did, and then her face when she was with the vampire, like, ah, the lady's so good. But okay, the theater when the lady jumped in the fire. Uh, ooh, I can't remember her name. R.I.P. to a real one. Thank you. Okay, the theater. It was so because in the movie, even though I first saw the movie as a kid, it was
it was like, that's crazy. They killed that lady in front of everybody and they thought it was a play. But this was like, oh, this is scary. Like, oh, you can the float, just that the rope isn't attached to anything. He's using a cloud gift. I was like, y'all don't even know how unsafe you are. Like the humans, I'm like, you don't even know. And the I love all the details. I'm like, you have fangirls and fanboys on the front row that are cosplaying as vampires, not knowing that y'all are real ass vampire. Y'all are real vampires. Like, they're dressed up playing pretend and cheering after you killed this girl in front of. But when he floated, I was like, he could literally kill all of you. All these vampires that are pretending to be vampires, they could just kill everybody. It was so crazy. It was it was way more effective in a smaller setting than it was in the larger setting, because in the larger setting it's like some of y'all gonna get away. In this, all of y'all are dead. Every single, all you little military, you and your dames, all y'all asses is dead. You're all dead. They're gonna kill you. And it's just like, this is scary. Like, I like that they're leaning more into um the horror of it, because the first season was like gothic tragedy, and this is just like, yeah, stuff is crazy. We watched a lady throw herself into a fire. Like, it's just very, the theater was so good. And then I love
So good.
how dreamy our minds sound when he was like, oh, we, film projection movie with the actors, and it lent a romantic light to the actors. And I'm just like, oh my God, you're talking about this like you're not gonna do what you're gonna do. Sure, whatever. Like, because I don't want to spoil too much, because we've already said
Yeah.
spoily shit. But it's like, you're talking about this like
Right.
you don't. He's talking about like he doesn't know what's gonna happen. And it's like, you do. You definitely know how this is all gonna end, Armand. You didn't forget. You didn't forget your trauma. Because, like, Louis' whole forgetting stuff, I'm like, that man is traumatized beyond belief. Like, the way Louis is remembering things, like, the way trauma can mess with your memory. Because, like, honestly, like, I have some trauma myself. And, like, there are certain things I don't remember. Like,
Yeah.
it just
Right.
didn't, like, my brain does not register certain events, because why would it? My brain said, I didn't like that. So we're going to put that to the side.
It also, which is why I kind of hate the, well, it's not their fault, right? I just, I hate the way the people interact with the memory thing, because they don't seem to understand that. It's like, nobody's lying. He remembers it differently. She remembers it differently. They remember it differently. That doesn't mean you're lying. You just don't remember it
For
that way.
people to do that,
Or you blocked it out. Like, like, that's all that means.
for certain people
I never
to be
understood
able
it.
to do that with Louis, because it is Louis' story and his memories, they would have to be able to empathize with him. And they are unable to do that.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's like,
they
that's
don't.
why you don't like the shit that's happening in this show. You think Louis is a liar. He's a dirty little liar. And it's like I said, he is traumatized. He's deeply traumatized. Like, it's just very crazy to see people be like, oh, he's lying, he's lying, he's lying. And it's like, well, I'm glad you don't have any trauma. Like, I'm glad your life has been so
Right?
perfect that you
Like,
remember everything
so
perfectly,
glad you're
and nothing has
good.
altered your memory, or nothing has, like, changed how you saw things. Like, we were talking about it the other day on Discord, and I'm like, hearing people who, like, for example, grew up poor be like, oh,
Hmm.
the lights would be off, But my mom would have like candles and flashlights and stuff and be like, oh, we're going to have a camping day, or we're going to do this, or we're playing this, and making it into something else for their children to like shield them from the reality of what was happening. And it's like, yeah, like it's a coping mechanism. Like, do y'all not like it's protecting the people that you care about? And it's like, is it a kind of manipulation? Yes. But is it done maliciously? No. Like, it's not done with any malice at all.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's what
The
I wanted.
girls.
The other thing was um the letter.
Oh, I forgot.
Let's start
I
reading the
forgot about the
letter.
letter. You know why I forgot about the letter? Because I was like,
Why?
oh, God. Here, oh,
Right.
brother. Here goes this guy.
When that hand came in the view, I said, "Oh, brother, here we
Boo.
go."
The only white hand I want to see better have wrinkles on it. Boo. Like, get out of here. Oh, God.
But you know what? I didn't really
It was
mind it.
fine.
I
It was
didn't
fine,
mind it
honestly. It was fine.
because this is the first time we hear from him himself. This isn't like something Louis would think he would. And I know Louis was feeling so many things in that moment based off of what was in that letter. I was just like, oh God, I can't do it. Oh, my baby. Oh, God.
And just the whole, when did he write this letter? Like, did he write it?
Right.
Like,
When
did he write it before the murder plot? Because honestly, he could have written that. Like, Lestat, okay, I'm going to be like nice about Lestat, right? Ooh, never seen that before, ever, actually. Lestat is a big romantic, clearly. Like, he's a romance girly. No, he's not. He's a romance boy. And, not too much. He's a romantic at heart. He's a November Scorpio, like some people that we love dearly. And, like,
Wait, what lady did? Ooh.
I
I know.
We're normal. We can be normal a little bit. But he's a romantic. And for all we know, he wrote that letter as soon as he met Louis. He wrote that letter as soon as he turned Louis. For all we know.
I was about to say, as soon as he turned Louis, I think he might have like started working on that.
But Louis is so riddled with guilt, Jesus Christ, because there's no other way to describe that. He's so riddled with guilt that he definitely is like, he probably wrote this because we were planning on killing him. And it's like, girl, he wrote this decades ago. He wrote this as soon as he bit you. He bit you and was like sending the letter mentally to Paris. He was like, take this letter. Like, he loved him so much and was so, I need him in my life. I fully believe that he wrote that letter way before Claudia was like, hey, babe, we got to get out of here. We got to go.
Yeah. But I think, that guilt is coming in when he talks about treachery and getting revenge. I was like, oh.
But it is like, what if, because like, okay, I read The Vampire Lestat, and it's like, Lestat is dramatic as fuck. So it's like, did you write that because you were like, I didn't die, I didn't kill myself, somebody had to kill me? Like, I don't know if you've ever seen Parks and Rec, but there's a character named Ron Swanson, and at one point he was like, his will was crazy. Like, he had a child, and the will that he wrote out was just like it was old as hell from like when he was a kid, and there were these weird symbols at the bottom, and they were like, Ron, what are these symbols? And he was like, the man who kills me he was like, the man or animal who kills me will know what it means. And it's like, do you really think nobody could kill you, Ron? The theater was so good, and it made me feel, because like I said, I was just like, oh, I'm scared. Like, also Santiago,
Yeah.
Ben Daniels. At first, I wasn't looking forward to Ben Daniels just because the girls get too excited about certain characters coming to the show, and I don't
About
like certain
certain.
actors
Yeah.
and how they look come to the show,
Mhm.
and I don't fucking like that. But I said, oh, okay, Santiago, period.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, Mr. Daniels.
Because
Okay.
his
I love
performance,
that.
he was good.
And you can tell all of the entirety of the cast love what they do.
Yeah.
You can you can tell because it's no. I know he was on set with that little cake child acting a fool and that little bar. I just know it.
His little blind. Oh, God. It was just very, love the dress. I was like, oh my God. Love the dress. I said, period. Because the dress was giving body. I said, okay, Claudia. Okay, Delaney. Girl. They was really like, Claudia grown. I'm like, okay, sure. Also, that dress was very, very cute. And she was like, baby, I got money. Maybe some gloves too. I said, absolutely. Make her some gloves too. But I love it's very I like how they did Santiago here, because in the movie and in the book, he's barely a character. Like, he's barely, and he Louis called him a damn buffoon. It's like, you are a buffoon. Like, he was very clownish. I'm thinking about the movie. He was just very clownish, didn't speak for real when he first met Louis, and was just like doing weird, like, it kind of reminds me of It, like the original It, something just like otherworldly, but not actually scary. And it was just like, but this Santiago, I said, oh, him is scary. He's a killer. Like,
He's a little
he's
sinister
sinister.
for sure.
He's also, I think he's gonna be, for the people who don't know, for the people who are really just watching, he might be a good red herring for Armand. Like, oh, Santiago's the big bad, and it's like,
Mm.
is he? Is he the big bad? It's like, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. Because, like, clearly Armand is in charge of, or whatever, like, he's a leader. But it's like, oh, you could definitely see Santiago being like, oh, I'm going to usurp power. And it's like, keep watching the show. Keep watching. He is really a guy. He is him a man. he's but a man. But I love the
Him
cast,
a man.
but also the choice to make him into a real character. Even Paul and Grace and the mom, like, they made them into
Mhm.
real ass characters. Then I'm still like, bring them back. I don't care. We're in a universe that has witches. Bring them back.
Yeah.
Not the mother. Florence, R.I.P. You had a lovely home.
Yeah.
Lovely,
Florence. Yeah,
beautiful
girl.
gowns. Like, she don't need to come back.
That's it.
She don't
Beautiful
need to come
gown.
back. But my
Beautiful
Grace and
gown.
my
That's it,
Paul,
girl.
I'll never get over them being like, hey, here's his mentally ill little brother that's a really great character with a lot of depth, who's played by
Character. He was so
a very
good.
handsome man. So he not gonna make it past the
Mhm.
first
Yes.
episode. Like, why would you do that to me?
Like,
And he
why
was a
would y'all do
non-character
that?
in the book.
And it's so funny because, yeah, and when you rewatch it, like, Paul was on it. Paul was clocking T left and right.
He the
I
devil.
miss
He
him.
came here to take souls.
Oh.
And he was like, oh my God, Paul, he did not say that. And Paul was like, bitch, he literally told me. Like, what do you mean?
Paul was like, girl.
Paul was
Girl,
like, you ain't even
please.
fucking, why are you acting like this? Like, what are you doing? Oh, poor Paul. I miss Paul so bad. The tap dancing scene. Oh, Lord. R.I.P. Paul. I loved Paul. He was just kooky and cute and loved his family. Like, I love Paul.
Mm-hmm.
So he was really like, and then Grace, who just wanted her brother. Because I've seen a lot of people say very unkind things about Grace, and I'm like, not too much. Like, not too much on Grace. Because I would have been tripping too. Like,
Yeah,
she had her moment, but it's like it was a lot leading up to that.
Yeah.
I didn't like that Grace got written off as a homophobic black woman, and that's all she was. Because people were really like, Grace didn't like that she found out Louis was gay. First of all, you can't tell me that Grace didn't fucking know.
She knew, yeah.
Like, their siblings that were all in that house together, she definitely knew he was gay. So that was not a fucking factor. She said, we had our brothers repass. You never came back.
Right.
And then it was like months
Yeah.
before I saw you again. That's crazy. As a bitch with abandonment issues, you can't do that with me.
It had to be longer than that because, or maybe I'm tripping, because she had the third child there. Those twins.
I'm talking about just between the repass and that party that they went to when he found out she was pregnant.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look.
And it's like that. The mama said it had been a season. I think she said it was a season or 2 seasons. And it's like, you've been gone for 2 seasons?
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's some months. You haven't seen your sister in months? That's crazy. To go from living with each other to our brother is dead, to go, we live with each other, you're getting married, you're probably still going to live in his house, to you're married, our brother's dead funeral, and then just months and months go by, and then you pop up at the house. We beefing. Like, I'm glad she was happy to see him, but also, where have you been?
Where have you been?
I just saw what you said. No, like, really? I need them to do that trend. I need them to bring her back for season 3, and they I don't care if the trend is gonna be old by then. They need to do that. I need Jacob and Kaylin to do that, because bring back Grace and Paul. Not Grace and Paul, Grace and Louis. Yeah. But I'm gonna let you go.
And Jonah. Let's bring him back too. Shoot.
Bring back. Oh, we were talking about that on Discord literally a few hours ago, and I was like, Jonah is only like 60. Yeah. Like, while Louis is in Paris, I said, put some little crow's feet by his eyes, right, a little gray in his hair. I'm like, he black. He's not gonna look that damn old. Like, just old him up a little bit. Bring him back. I want to see Jonah, and he's in Europe. Bring him back. Now, will they follow instructions? I don't think so, probably but not. They could.
It's cool though.
You can hope. You can hope. That's what fan fiction is for. But okay, thank you for talking to me, Indi. Yay! This was so much fun. We finally did it.
Right.
We finally did it. Oh God. Is there anything you want to say? Any closing remarks? Anything? Theories? Expectations? Anything you want to say?
Not really. Honestly, I expect it to be great. Like, this is beautiful television. Like, seriously. So,
amen.
I expect some greatness. Me
too. And it better be great, or else.
You
know, it don't take a lot for me. I'll be like, well, the bear is coming back. So I'm finna be on that. And then we have to do a bear episode, because you're my only bear friend.
Yes.
Not because you're my only bear friend, but because The bear, like what?
I'm so excited.
I can't wait.
I
Like
can't
the
wait.
excitement that other people felt for this is what I'm feeling for the bear. I can't wait. I'm like I said, Richie beat his ass. Beat
Oh,
his ass, Richie.
they
BBL
they
Drizzy beat
fighting
his
like,
ass.
oh my god, I can't do it.
I would love for that to be right after he got out that freezer because that's so ridiculous. Imagine coming out of a freezer and then just like, what? Richie just out there like, now bitch, what you say?
Yeah.
He just swing on him. That would be so ridiculous.
I can't wait.
Okay. Oh, I can't wait either. And yeah, we definitely got to do like bear episodes with an S
What
because
an
I
S.
can't wait. That's my show with an S, multiples, plurals. But okay, thank you, Indy. I'm gonna let you go, and I hope you have a great evening. Bye, me. You're not
Bye.
Measy.
Yeah.
Bye, Indy.
Bye.
Hey. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm so glad I finally got to do it. I'm so glad. Thank you so much, Indy, for taking your time out to record with me. We're both teachers, so I know recording on a Friday night is so crazy. Recording on a Friday night is nuts. When you still have like you're not even out of school yet. It's not even summer break for you yet. So I really appreciate you. You're my buddy and I love you. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do the things. If you have a comment, leave it below or message me on my Tumblr that I will be linking. The Bear episodes are coming up because I have to talk about the Bear. It's such a good show. Like, did it sweep the Emmys? Yes. Like, did it sweep award season? Yes. But I feel like I should talk about it because it's a really good show. But yes, okay, so be looking for that and more Interview with the Vampire stuff. But okay, take care of yourselves. Bye.